Stop scrolling right now. I need you to answer a simple question. When did we decide that motorcycling had to be complicated? When did we agree that you need a 1000cc engine, 6 different riding modes, and a digital dashboard that looks like a stock market ticker just to have fun on 2 wheels? We have been fed a lie that bigger is always better and that technology is the only path forward. But what if I told you that the golden era of motorcycling is back and it's hiding in a plain sight? What if the most exciting bike of 2026 isn't a 200-horsepower superbike, but a machine that weighs less than 300 pounds and invites you to actually feel the road again? We are looking at a motorcycle that proves style isn't about displacement, it's about heritage. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, I'm going to reveal a surprising LTD detail about this bike that connects it to a legendary lineage you wouldn't expect on a small displacement frame. This is the rebellion you've been waiting for. Introduction: the 2026 Kawasaki W175 LTD. Welcome to a comprehensive deep dive into the 2026 Kawasaki W175, specifically the new LTD model that is quietly making waves across the global motorcycle landscape. In a world obsessed with horsepower wars and electronic aids that do the riding for you, Kawasaki has boldly decided to hit the brakes and look in the rearview mirror. They aren't just releasing a commuter bike, they are releasing a statement. For 2026, the W175 isn't trying to be a sport bike, and it certainly isn't trying to be a tourer. It is doubling down on what it does best: authentic, air-cooled simplicity. This is the LTD trim, a version that takes the standard formula and elevates it with specific nods to the American cruiser market of the past. It is a machine designed to cut through the noise of modern life with a rhythmic, mechanical heartbeat. Design and aesthetics, a masterclass in nostalgia. Visually, the 2026 W175 LTD is nothing short of a time capsule. Kawasaki hasn't just slapped some retro stickers on a modern plastic fairing. They have engineered the bike to look and feel like it rolled out of a showroom in 1975. We are talking about a classic teardrop fuel tank that defines the silhouette, flowing seamlessly into a side panel design that screams vintage. The front is dominated by a simple, honest, round headlight. No alien-looking LEDs or aggressive angles here, just a pure beam of light framed by a chrome bezel. The new LTD trim adds a distinct layer of sophistication that separates it from the base models. You get a stepped seat that not only improves comfort, but gives the bike a custom king and queen saddle vibe popular in the 70s. The color options, particularly the deep glossy ebony and the stunning candy emerald green, are finished with pinstriping that looks hand-painted. It's the kind of bike that looks expensive, parked next to a cafe, drawing eyes not because it's loud, but because it's beautiful. Engine and performance, the analog heartbeat. Underneath that classic tank beats a heart that values character over chaos. The 2026 model features a 177cc air-cooled, single-cylinder engine. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. 177s? Is that enough? But you have to understand the goal here. This engine isn't built for the Autobahn. It is tuned for a punchy, responsive low to mid-range torque that makes it an absolute weapon in city traffic. Unlike the carbureted models of the deep past, the 2026 version comes equipped with modern fuel injection. This means you get the reliability of a modern machine. Cold starts are instant and the idle is perfect, while maintaining that rhythmic thump of a classic single. It's paired with a smooth 5-speed transmission that clicks into gear with a satisfying mechanical feel. It lets you cruise comfortably, proving that you don't need to break the speed limit to have a grin-inducing ride. It's about the sensation of the engine working beneath you, a feeling that many liquid-cooled, isolated modern engines have completely lost. Chassis and handling, modern agility. While the engine is a nod to the past, the chassis brings just enough modernity to keep you safe and smiling. The LTD designation brings a crucial update to the rolling stock, cast alloy wheels. While spoked wheels are the traditional retro choice, The move to cast wheels on the LTD allows for the use of tubeless tires, which is a massive practical advantage for anyone riding in the real world. No more worrying about a sudden blowout, leaving you stranded. The suspension consists of telescopic front forks and dual rear shocks, a classic setup that looks the part but has been tuned to soak up modern potholes. The bike is incredibly light, with a curb weight hovering under 300 pounds. This makes it incredibly flickable. You don't steer this bike so much as you think it into corners. It's accessible, manageable, and unintimidating, yet it holds a line with a confidence that surprises experienced riders. Braking is handled by a disc up front with ABS, ensuring that while you look vintage, you stop with modern safety standards. The surprise reveal: the LTD connection. Now for the surprise. I promised you at the start. You might be wondering why Kawasaki chose the specific badge LTD for this model. This isn't just a random, rigorous marketing acronym. For those who know their history, LTD stands for Limited, a designation Kawasaki famously used in the late 1970s and early 1980s for their factory custom cruisers, like the legendary Z1000 LTD and the KZ series. These were bikes that took standard motorcycles and gave them a custom look right from the factory. Pull-back handlebars, stepped seats, and a bit more chrome. By resurrecting this badge for the W175 in 2026, Kawasaki is quietly acknowledging a deep heritage. They are signaling that this small 175cc bike shares the same DNA as those heavyweight icons. They didn't just give it a stepped seat for comfort. They are referencing a specific era of American-style cruising. It is a small bike, wearing a big bike's legacy. A secret handshake to the old-school riders who remember when the Z1 LTD ruled the streets. The ownership experience, pure simplicity. One of the most compelling aspects of the 2026 W175 LTD is the ownership experience itself. In an era where you need a specialized diagnostic computer to change your oil light, this bike is a breath of fresh air. It is mechanical, accessible, and simple. It invites you to learn how it works. The air-cooled nature of the engine means no radiator, no coolant pumps, and fewer hoses to worry about. It is the perfect platform for someone who wants to learn the art of motorcycle maintenance, or for the veteran who is tired of paying dealership labor rates for simple tasks. It sips fuel, meaning your running costs are almost negligible. This isn't just a purchase. It's a long-term relationship with a machine that asks for very little but gives back a soulful riding experience every single time you turn the key. Verdict: is it for you? So, who is the 2026 Kawasaki W175 LTD actually for? It is for the new rider who refuses to ride a plastic-clad sport bike that looks like a transformer. It is for the urban commuter who wants to slice through traffic with style and ease. But perhaps most importantly, it is for the experienced rider who has a garage full of fast, heavy bikes and wants something that reminds them of why they started riding in the first place. It is for the person who values the journey over the destination. It's affordable, it's undeniably beautiful, and it carries a badge that connects it to the golden age of motorcycling. If you want a ride that feels mechanical, analog, and real, this is the one to watch. Outro. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the future of retro riding and the hidden history behind the LTD badge, make sure you hit that like button. We have plenty more reviews coming up that explore the machines that are keeping the spirit of motorcycling alive. Thanks for watching, and for more updates on the latest two-wheeled tech and timeless classics, keep it locked right here on Bike Updater Pro.